All right. Well, welcome everyone. Good afternoon. Welcome back to our 4-year college updates. Today, this session is with Point Loma Nazarene University with Connor Matheson. So thank you again for being here. My name is Tanya Bulette, Counseling Coordinator for the San Diego County Office of Ed. And if you could in the chat, go ahead and let's know who's here, your name, title, and what school you're from. It's always fun to see who's online with us. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Connor, who's going to share all the updates in regards to Point Loma. So welcome, Connor, and thank you for being here today.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Thank you guys for joining and coming to listen. Excited to get to share a little bit about Point Loma with all of you. Like we said, my name is Connor. I'm an admissions counselor here at Point Loma. I work primarily with students, with first-time freshman students coming out of high school, applying to Point Loma. We split our application load up based on territories. So I work primarily with out-of-state students for the most part. But all of us as freshman admissions counselors work with a different part of San Diego, which is kind of cool. So we all get to work with different school districts in the area. I work primarily with students from East County, San Diego. So the Grossmont school districts, El Cajon, all the way out to, El Centro, all the way out there, Alpine, Julian, all the way up in those areas. So I work with a pretty wide range of students out there. And I get to read their applications, help them through the application process, meet with their families and stuff. So I've seen there's a few, counselors from some of the high schools I work with, like Santana and Helix and places like that. So nice to meet some of you, hopefully see some of you again. Hopefully some of you guys recognize me. I've been around for the last few years. So we'll get going and I'll share a little bit about Point Loma. And feel free to throw any questions you guys have in the Q&A section up there, and I'll do my best to answer those. If you guys use the Q&A section instead of the chat section, that might be a little easier, just so that I don't lose any questions there. Obviously, with Point Loma, we're located right here in San Diego. I know we're talking about students who want to stay here in San Diego. That's one of the big things that we want to do here at Point Loma is support our local students as much as we can. We know we're a smaller school. We're kind of on the edge of San Diego County, right on the coast there, and so we want to support our local students as much as we can. Like I said, I work primarily with students from out of state, so a big part of my working with students is getting to share with them why they should come to San Diego in the first place. And as all of you guys know, for a student staying in San Diego, there's a lot of huge benefits to this city, not just the beaches and the weather and things like that, but the internship opportunities, the job opportunities after graduating from college. The graduate school options are amazing at all of the universities here in San Diego as well. So as much as we can support our local students, we do our best to do that. Here's a little bit of overview of our student body. We've got 2,700 undergraduate students total, and we have capped enrollment. So we're the only university in San Diego County that has capped enrollment. And the main reason for that, if any of you guys have been to our campus before, is space. We are limited by the city of San Diego by how many students we can have on our main undergraduate campus in Point Loma. We can't build anymore. We have maxed out our space there. So we will always be 2,700 students. The huge advantages that come with that are the small class sizes, small student faculty ratio. I know for a lot of students, they're looking to go to a big school. They want to go to a big sports school, watch D1 football and basketball and things like that. For us, we're a much more tight-knit community. We're a small class sizes. You get to know your professors. None of our students sit in a lecture hall with 200 other students in there with a class that's taught by a TA. They're taught by full-time faculty members, and it's an amazing place to get a really academically rigorous application. A couple other things that are pretty unique about our student body. You guys can see that a fourth of our incoming class every year are transfer, and a vast majority of those are transfer students from inside San Diego County. So we have direct transfer agreements with all of the San Diego community colleges. So we transfer most classes that come into Point Loma that students can take at the local community colleges. So we have counselors dedicated to working with those transfer students. Like I said, I work with freshmen primarily, but work a lot with students that are wanting to transfer in dual credit and things like that too. So great relationships with our local community colleges. Because of our capped enrollment, we actually hold those spaces for incoming transfer students. So it's a priority for us to bring in local students from the local community colleges, and have those students in our community as well. And also, you can see, a big chunk of students that are affiliated with our military, here in San Diego. San Diego is a huge military town. We have a lot of students that are military dependents or active military duty as well. We have all 4 branches of the military represented in our ROTC programs. We partner with the other universities for ROTC as well. So the students that come to Point Loma can still have access to the same ROTC programs that they have access to at any of the other universities here in San Diego. So a lot of great opportunities there as well. A lot of the things that I'll talk about today are a reflection of our overall size of the capped enrollment, the small class sizes. What are the advantages that come with coming to a smaller school like Point Loma? A little bit about our Faith Foundation. We are a private Christian university. We're one of 2 main Christian universities located here in San Diego. I know there's a couple satellite campuses of other Christian universities here in San Diego, but as far as main campus universities, we're one of 2 with San Diego Christian. We have a really, really unique community on campus, a really diverse group of students as far as religious background. We do not require our students to be from any specific background. Our students don't have to sign a statement of faith. We've over 45 different Christian denominations represented on campus, and we have a ton of different students that are representing different world religions, as well as students who did not grow up with any sort of religious background. So really diverse community, which is really unique for a private Christian university in Southern California. A lot of the other ones like us that are kind of in the same boat have a lot of the same students from the same backgrounds. And for us, that's something that we want to make a priority, to have as diverse a religious community as possible. All of our students do sign a community living agreement, which basically we ask students to attend a certain number of chapel services per semester. We are a drug and alcohol free campus, so we want our students to be as successful as possible in the classroom, and keeping our campus free of drugs and alcohol makes us one of the safest campuses in San Diego, as well as gives us some of the best, academic numbers overall. So we think that's a huge advantage at Point Loma. We also do have Bible classes built into the curriculum, so students will take some general education Bible classes as well. But those are the main aspects of that community living agreement there. Definitely want to make the distinction. We're not requiring students to sign a statement of faith to be from a specific faith background. That's more of a, hey, as a part of our community, these are a couple guidelines that we have there. Feel free to shoot any questions you guys have about the community agreement or our Faith Foundation in that Q&A section as well. I know there can be a lot of questions surrounding that. A little bit about our academics. We have over 60 areas of study at Point Loma. The key there is they are non-impacted areas of study. So because we have capped enrollment, that means that we have enrollment caps on a lot of our majors, especially our more popular ones. And that means our students can get into the classes when they need to take them. They're not competing against other students for spots in classes. You guys can see up in the top right-hand corner there that 91% of our students that graduate from Point Loma graduate in 4 years or less. As you guys know, that is a ridiculously high number. The national average for that statistic right now is below 50%. So more students are taking longer than 4 years to get a bachelor's degree than ever before. And for us, a huge advantage to that capped enrollment is all of our programs have a 4-year track that is able to be taken by students there. Our 5 largest departments on campus are business, nursing, pre-medicine, education, and kinesiology. You can see right off the bat there, 3 out of those 5 are pre-medicine areas. We are definitely known for our health sciences on campus. Great nursing program, partnering with a lot of the hospitals here in San Diego County. And you can see a really high medical school acceptance rate as well. And again, that's a testament to those small class sizes. Our students are able to get into lab courses. They're able to get, graduate on time. They're not in impacted pre-medicine, biology, chemistry programs. They're able to move on to those medical schools that they're wanting to attend. One of the big advantages I learned for our biology program specifically is that the students in the biology program here are guaranteed 12 upper division courses with labs, with in-person labs, which is just not the case at the large public schools here in the area. Students are not guaranteed that much lab time, and they have a huge advantage when applying to medical school with all that additional lab time that they're given. So that's another really unique opportunity here at Point Loma. We do have a graduate school as well. A lot of you guys may be familiar with our graduate school. It's located in Mission Valley, is the main campus there. We did just open a brand new physician's assistant program. It's our Balboa campus in Kearney Mesa. And that program is also going to be housing a occupational therapy program starting next year as well. So looking to move into a lot of different areas of graduate level health sciences. We already have a great established nursing program that has, the undergrad BSN as well as multiple master's degrees and doctorate level degrees in nursing as well. So a lot of really great areas in that education program. And I know that, a lot of you guys may have gone to Point Loma for, teaching your, teaching credentials or your PPS credentials. I'm a grad student in the CCSD program at Point Loma as well. So a lot of unique opportunities available there. Feel free to send any questions again about any specific programs that you guys want more information about. One of the most unique resources on campus is our Office of Career Services. Every major university has some sort of career office and some sort of focus there. But ours is a really unique opportunity that students have access to from the day that they walk onto campus. So whether they know exactly what they want to major in, or maybe are a little bit unsure, they can receive that career coaching, help selecting a major, a lot of really unique opportunities for career preparedness. That's a huge focus for our Office of Career Services, is making sure that our students, that they are prepared for the career that they're ready to move into after they leave Point Loma. You can see that most of our majors, require or recommend an internship. And this is the office that helps you do that. They help obtain internships. San Diego is an amazing city for internship opportunities. And the Point Loma students are able to, gain a lot of access to all of those areas through this office. So we use Handshake, LinkedIn, Glassdoor, all of those job boards as well to help students with job placement afterwards. One of my favorite stats as well, as far as job placement, 94% of our business students have a job within 6 months of graduating from Point Loma. And a lot of those students are staying here in San Diego. So our business school does a great job of that in particular, especially since a lot of students with a business degree are not looking to move on to grad school. They want to move directly into their field of study. And so that's a huge number there overall for our business students. We also have a great study abroad program. I know that's something that is coming back here, during the pandemic. Obviously, not a lot of people studying abroad, but this is a huge priority at Point Loma. We have over 180 different programs in over 50 countries around the world. Our students study abroad at almost 3 times the national average. We love to give students the opportunity to do this. We do a great job supporting them in finding classes and programs that transfer back to Point Loma. We never send a student abroad without making sure those classes are going to count towards their graduation here. One of the reasons our students are able to study abroad at such a high rate at Point Loma is we use a comprehensive cost model. So it is the same tuition price to study abroad as it is to study on campus at Point Loma, and you take any of your financial aid abroad with you as well. So any merit scholarship, need-based aid, any of that you receive to study at Point Loma, you can take to use to help to study abroad. And every single study abroad program has their own scholarships that you can apply for. So a lot of really unique opportunities there. I studied abroad in London my junior year. I was a student here at Point Loma. And man, that was back in 2015 now, was when I studied abroad. And it was an amazing opportunity. And we want to make that possible for just about every student that wants to do it. Other ways to be involved on campus. Point Loma is a highly active community outside the classroom. We are not a school that students come to um, and just study and never get involved outside the classroom. You know, there's over 50 student-led clubs and organized events for students to be able to be involved in. Everything from our Mosaic clubs, which is our multicultural organizations on campus, to intramural sports, music and arts clubs. We are NCAA Division II for our athletics as well. So a lot of great sporting events to attend. Great school spirit, even though we are a small school overall there. And we do partner with a lot of local organizations for off-campus events as well. You know, take students to Padres games and local concerts and things like that. But just about 100% of our students are involved in some sort of club. We're really focused on leadership development and helping students be able to network, not only in their area of professional studies, but in areas of interest as well. Got a quick question over in the chat that I'll answer. I'll take a brief break from the presentation. Is there an admissions rep assigned to East Village Middle College High School that we should reach out to? So if you're wanting to do a group visit for a school, you'll want to reach out to our campus visit coordinator specifically. Us as admissions counselors, we don't organize group visits specifically. So if you're wanting to bring a group of students to campus, Kelly Miller is our campus visit coordinator. You can find her information on our visit website, and you can sign up for one of those group tours. If students are wanting to come on their own tours, they can set those up on their own on the website as well. We are doing 2 tours a day right now. We are in person for tours. All our students are back on campus, and that was a great time for students to be able to come and tour campus. So definitely sign up for visits online. If you have more questions about connecting with Kelly, feel free to email me as well, and we can get that going. Another question from Tanya about whether Point Loma students, where their majors where they can earn their bachelor's and master's within 5 years. Yes, I'll go back a couple slides because it mentioned that a little bit. So one of those in particular is our teaching credential program, where students are able to get their teaching credential program in a shortened amount of time after graduating from Point Loma. Students can do a bachelor's and master's in 5 years with that, but that crams it in there pretty good. They definitely can get their teaching credential in under 5 years. One of the specific ones on here that is pretty popular is our 3+2 athletic training program, where that's a bachelor's and master's degree in just 5 years in our kinesiology department. We also have a 1-year MBA program. So for our business students that want to go on to graduate school and get their MBA, they can do it in just 1 year after graduating from Point Loma. So they're able to get ahead on that during their senior year and take some of those graduate level courses during their time in undergrad to get ahead there. So a lot of opportunities for those bachelor's and master's degrees in shortened amount of time. Great question. All right, I'll move back to living on campus. So we do require our first and second year students to live on campus. So whether they're a first-time freshman or transferring in as a freshman or sophomore, excuse me, they do have to live on campus during their first and second year. We've got 3 freshman-specific dorms, Clausen, Hendricks, and Meese. They're all set up classic dorm style, long hallway with dorm rooms on either side, communal bathrooms and living spaces there. All of our dorm buildings are co-ed buildings, but the halls are separated by gender. They also all have lounges, study rooms, surfboard rooms, things like that students have access to. And we do have a dorm specifically for our transfer students. So we house students based on the date that they graduated from high school. So even if a student took like a gap year and didn't take any college classes this last year, we still house them with students their age. So they would live in either a transfer dorm or a sophomore, junior dorm, something like that. About 65% of our students live on campus all 4 years. The main exception to that are our San Diego County students. So our San Diego County students can live at home and attend Point Loma. We recommend that they live on campus just because the way that our community is and the best way to get involved on campus is to be living here. But for families that need to have their kids live at home, that for financial reasons, we allow our San Diego County students to live at home during those first couple years and commute as well. They do have to live with a legal guardian, so they can't like move out with roommates or things like that. We do ask that they live with a legal guardian during those first 2 years if they're going to be commuting. Feel free to throw any other questions there about residential life, anything like that. Here's the overall cost of attendance here at Point Loma, everyone's favorite slide in the whole presentation. We're at just over $50,000 a year, including room and board. That is the sticker price. So that's the starting sticker price without financial aid. You can see right there that 9 out of 10 students are not paying that full sticker price. And the average financial aid package in the freshman class this year was $29,000 per year. So the average student was getting more than half of that paid for. And for students, especially in our low income areas here in San Diego, we do accept FAFSA aid. Over half of our students qualify for need-based aid. You can see, over 1,600 of our students qualify for that aid there. And so we definitely recommend filling out the FAFSA because our sticker price is so much higher than a lot of the other schools in the area. A lot of students qualify for need-based aid with us when they wouldn't qualify for it elsewhere. We do have NCAA scholarships, scholarships for speech and debate, music, theater, things like that. Departmental scholarships, as you guys know, usually start after freshman year since freshmen love to change their major, but a lot of opportunities available there. The main way that we help bring that cost down is our merit scholarship opportunities. So we do have amazing merit scholarship opportunities. About 60% of our incoming students qualify for a merit scholarship. They range between $10,000 and $20,000 per year. So students can get up to $20,000 a year just for their high school GPA. We are test optional, just like most of the other schools here in San Diego. So we don't require the SAT or ACT anymore, but students can submit it for a scholarship increase. So if students do have an SAT or ACT that improves their academic standing, they can increase their scholarship overall. We also accept all military benefits and programs, all the same ones that any of the public or large private schools here in San Diego accept. So often a misconception that we as a private school don't accept those. We accept all of them, and students can use any of the benefits with us that they can use anywhere else as well. We also had about 40% of our students that graduated last year graduated completely debt-free, which is a huge milestone for us. We work with students all 4 years to help make Point Loma as affordable as possible. So just like students are assigned an admissions counselor, they are assigned a financial aid counselor as well. Feel free to throw any financial aid questions up there. Happy to answer those. A little bit about applying. So as you guys know, you are helping students apply right now. We are on the Common App. So if students are filling out the Common App and they want to add Point Loma to that list, that is easy as it goes. We do have our own application as well, though. We do not have a preference which one students fill out. I can't even tell which one a student filled out when I'm reviewing their application. So no preference overall there. We do have an early action deadline, non-binding deadline, November 15th. The thing with us, though, again, because of our capped enrollment, we highly recommend that our more popular majors like nursing, biology, engineering, business, programs like that students apply by November 15th. Those majors do have, enrollment caps. You guys all know nursing is the most competitive major anywhere in California, and it's no different for us here at Point Loma. So we fill those nursing and biology programs before Christmas every year. So if a student applies after November 15th, it is very difficult to be admitted into those programs. We do have that regular decision deadline, but there's really no advantage to waiting until February 15th. If a student applies by November 15th, they get their whole completed application, transcripts, all that in by November 15th, they get a decision letter before Christmas. I'm pretty sure that's the earliest that any of the schools in San Diego County send out decisions, other than, special case early things. But for us, about 80% of our incoming class every year applies by November 15th. So we're sending out most of our admissions decisions before Christmas. So that's a huge advantage to applying early. They still have until May 1st to make that final decision with us. And so we highly recommend that students apply early there. One thing I would say is students do need to have their complete application in before November 15th, which means they have to have their high school transcripts in, their letters of recommendation, everything before the 15th. If a student submits an application and completes it, but a transcript gets in late, we hold that application all the way until February 15th before we review it again. And that's just due to our capped enrollment. That's just kind of the way that we have to do it there. Like I said, we require the high school transcript. We do need an official transcript sent from you guys at the high school. It does have to be official there. We require 2 letters of recommendation. One of them is an academic letter. It can be from you guys as counselors, but it can also be from their teacher. I know the Common App says it has to be a counselor recommendation. It does not have to be a counselor recommendation for us, even through the Common App. It can be from a teacher as well. So hopefully take some of the workload off you guys as counselors, because I know you write a lot of Common App letters of recommendation. The second letter of recommendation is a spiritual letter of recommendation or a character reference. So it can be from, a pastor, a youth pastor, somebody at church. It can also be from somebody that can speak to their involvement outside of the classroom. So it can be from a coach, a boss at work. It can be from a mentor through, a community service program. So it's not super specific on that second one, just not 2 academic letters. It has to be 2 separate kind of things there. We require 2 essays. One of the supplemental essays, we ask students to read that community living agreement that I talked to you about and respond to living in a community with those guidelines. So the first one's, the Common App essay prompt, and the second one is a response to that community living agreement. Both short essay responses, nothing big there. And then we do require students to submit their extracurricular activities, and that is a huge part of our application process. Again, I mentioned the students that are the most successful at Point Loma are the ones that are involved outside the classroom. And so that's something that we're really looking for on applications. We want to see students involved in sports, student body, community service, school clubs and things like that. So if you've got students who are highly involved, looking to be highly involved in college, we're definitely a great opportunity for those students. We do complete optional admissions interviews as well. The individual counselors interview students from their specific territories. So for those of you counselors that are in East County, San Diego, you can send your students to me, and I can do interviews with them. We do Zoom interviews. We can do them over Zoom, or since our local students are not far away, if they're coming for a visit or something as well, coming for a tour, we can set up a short interview when they come on campus. So those are great resources for students who want to get to know more about Point Loma or are a little unsure about their application process. Feel free to send application questions up there in the Q&A section as well. One resource that we've been talking a lot about over the last couple of years is Zimi. This is a social media app. I'm sure some of you have heard of it. It's specifically geared towards prospective students looking for colleges, so they can follow different colleges they're interested in. I think all of the major San Diego colleges are on Zimi, so they can follow, SDSU, UCSD, USD, San Diego Christian. They can follow all of those schools on Zimi. So this is a great resource even for your students that aren't looking at Point Loma specifically. So it's a free app they can download. Over 85% of our incoming class last year was on Zimi. So that is a huge number overall. Most of our students get involved here, and one of the main reasons for that is this is where most students find their roommate. They have a roommate finder app specifically. So for our students that are unsure of who they want to room with, you can find a roommate on Zimi really, really easily. So we're also on there as counselors, and we have student ambassadors that are posting content on there weekly as well. Couple other questions came in. So is there a set amount of merit scholarships that are awarded to students with a certain GPA? No. So they are awarded to every student that qualifies academically. So as many students apply with a 4.0 qualify for it's called our trustees scholarship, which is $16,000 a year. Every student with a 4.0 receives at least that amount there. The students do increase their scholarship amount based on their GPA, but there's not a limited amount of them that we give out. Great question. Is there a cost to apply? If so, is there a fee waiver? So the application fee for us is $55. We do not give out any fee waivers specifically. We do accept, however, the NACAC fee waiver. So if students apply for the NACAC fee waiver and want to send that to us, we accept that. We also accept a fee waiver. Usually students qualify for it through like free and reduced lunch. And so if students qualify for fee waivers for other schools through free and reduced lunch, they can send those fee waivers to us as well. So we accept all of them. We just don't have one that we give out specifically. Good questions. These are the other counselors in the office. You can see there's a few of us that work primarily with the students from in San Diego. So those are me. I work with East County. Kayla works with North County, San Diego. So up there in the Poway, Escondido school districts, all the way up into Ramona and those areas. And then Lexi works with our coastal San Diego cities, and she also works with San Diego Unified School District. So she works with all the students all the way up the coast, and then any San Diego Unified School Districts overall. And then Kelby Sarti up in the top right-hand corner, he works specifically with students from South Bay. So those Chula Vista, National City, Lake, oh, now I'm forgetting. I want to say Lakeview, but that's not right. And you guys know what I'm talking about out there. He works with all those students from the South Bay area. So if you guys have students, those are the counselors that work with them. All of our email addresses are our full names, no capitals or spaces, @pointloma.edu. I will put mine in the chat right now just so you guys can see that. But for the rest of us, if you want to reach out to your specific admissions counselor for your territory, you can write down their full name, no caps or spaces, @pointloma.edu. All of our information is available on the Point Loma website as well. That is all I have as far as the presentation. Are there any last questions that you guys have before we sign off?
Oh, looks like one just popped in. Jessica.
Know more about the partnership with Southwestern College, I'm assuming. Perfect. So the partnerships that we have with all of our community colleges, we have specific class transfer agreements with all of them in San Diego County. So you can go on our website, and if you search transferring credit in the search bar, it pulls up a link to a website that has all of our transfer agreements. So you can go specifically on there and look up every single class at Southwestern College that we transfer into Point Loma. And so that's a great resource for students wanting to do dual enrollment courses. If you have transfer students there right now, you show them those resources. We also do have partnerships that offer BAs at Southwestern College. Yeah, so those are in technically our adult degree completion program is what that's called. So we have an undergrad program, the graduate program, and then adult degree completion. They're three separate kind of entities with Point Loma. And so we do partner with some of the local community colleges to offer full bachelor's programs through those. They're different at every community college. So I can't remember which ones are specifically at Southwestern. I know nursing, we do an RN to BSN program through Southwestern. I think we do criminal justice there. I think we do business as well. I think specifically a business administration degree. And then I think education. Education is the other main one through Southwestern. But you can look up on the adult degree completion portion of our website. They are able to complete their bachelor's program there. Is it a reduced cost compared to taking classes at Point Loma? That's a good question. Yes, overall, like considering all 4 years it is, because the first 2 years they're technically enrolled at the community college, so they're paying the community college price. The second 2 years, when they're actually completing their like Point Loma credits through the community college, it's pretty similar in price. It is a little bit cheaper per credit but it's similar in cost overall. They obviously aren't paying room and board, so they're saving the cost on that because they can't live on campus and take those adult degree completion programs. Most of the adult degree completion students aren't looking to live on our campus anyway, though. So yeah, so the cost per credit is lower a little bit than taking classes here at Point Loma, but our overall tuition at Point Loma reflects pretty similarly to what it would pay to attend per credit at Point Loma as well. So yeah, so the overall cost is less because you're paying less years at Point Loma and not paying room and board. So that's a great option for especially our transfer students who maybe are already working full time. A lot of those adult degree completion programs can be completed at night as well. And so those are great ways for our full time adult students to be able to do that. So yeah, great questions. Any others, Jessica? And I'm also not the I'm not the expert for adult degree completion. I don't work with those students directly. We have a whole set of other admissions counselors that work with those students, and they're all on our Mission Valley campus. So if you, sounds like you work mostly with transfers and things like that. We do have specific transfer counselors here on our Point Loma campus that work with the students wanting to transfer here and finish their bachelor's degree. But we also have separate counselors at our Mission Valley campus for the adult degree completion program. Yeah, great questions overall. Any others?
Looks like there's more coming in. Oh, Jessica just saying great info and no more questions. So great.
Awesome.
All right. Well, and we will be posting this recording along with the slide deck onto our school counselor website page with SDCOE. So you'll have access to all this information. But we want to thank you, Connor, for coming here and presenting this information to us. If you have not stepped foot onto Point Loma's campus, I mean, that's a selling point right there. They have fabulous programs, but it is the most beautiful campus in our county, without a doubt. So thank you so much for being here. And with that, we will go ahead and close out our presentation. And if you are all wanting to come back to the next one, it will be USD at 2:15. All right. Thanks, everyone. Hope you have a great afternoon or weekend. Well, you win for the most questions.